Hi, this is a presentation on my practicum experience with the undergraduate program office at WP Carey School of Business at Arizona State University. In this presentation, I'll first introduce the background of the summer programs and my responsibilities. Then I will reflect on the previous courses taken in the Master of Education in Higher and Post-Secondary Education program at ASU and how the practicum experience is related to the knowledge gained so far. In addition, I'll go into details regarding how my practicum experience is connected to the program competencies listed for the Higher and Post-Secondary Education program. Last but not least, I would like to briefly discuss possible future projects and research that are related to the summer programs at the business school. Throughout the summer, WP Carey offered 2 programs in 3 sessions, providing high school juniors a great opportunity to experience college life through a week-long residential program at ASU Tempe campus. In each program, the admissions office at WP Carey selected around 22 scholars from around the country and hired current business school students as mentors. In both programs, the scholars are required to create and represent an entrepreneurship project with the guidance from their mentors. The main difference between the 2 programs is the target audience. Fleischer Scholars is sponsored by Mr. Mort Fleischer, philanthropist and successful businessman. It is a free program tailored for economically disadvantaged Arizona high school students interested in pursuing business as a career. Most of the scholars are from low-income, first-generation, and/or minority family. Mr. Fleischer wanted to show these underprivileged students that college is possible and we're here to support their dreams. BSI, on the other hand, is a selective program, aiming at high-achieving students nationwide. Through the program, scholars have the opportunity to experience collegiate honors programs and begin building a network alongside ambitious peers. Based on the target audience and goal for the programs, the activities were designed differently. For example, in Fleischer, we included sessions regarding scholarship, financial aid, and money management. In BSI, we integrated activities related to corporate responsibility and community service. Here's a list of my practicum responsibilities. Collecting and analyzing scholar demographic information. Raw data from students' application are turned into a single page of students' profile. First of all, the profile can help us staff and mentors to understand the population of the students we work with. We can also use it for marketing purposes by showing the diversity of the program and how the scholars selected fit the mission of the programs. For example, majority of students in the Fleischer programs are first-generation, minority, and low-income students, versus majority of BSS scholars are high-achieving students. Additionally, we can use this information to adjust recruitment strategies for both of the summer programs and regular season recruiting activities, increasing school visits to high-yield schools and offering sessions tailored to the specific high schools. Throughout the program, I provided support to all the mentors. I assisted in developing and executing mentor training, provided support and troubleshooting during the programs. Moreover, I drafted, collected, and analyzed daily and final survey for the mentors, aiming at capturing scholars and mentors' experience and feedback. Afterwards, we do daily and weekly debrief at the admissions office. Other than mentors' feedback, we also conduct surveys on scholars, with the purpose of understanding their experience and making comparison on their confidence level of college preparedness. Throughout the week, there were also plenty of opportunities for me to work on event planning and project management. I had a great experience at my practicum site. It was fun working with the mentors and scholars, and I have learned a great deal. Since my practicum is at the office I work at, I'm already familiar with the office culture and people I work with on the summer programs. My site supervisor and I brainstormed on the tasks needed at the beginning of the practicum, and I was free to plan and work on the projects on my own schedule. I would check in with him on the progress and next steps if needed. At the end, we sat down again, talked about what we have accomplished, and project ideas for the future. The practicum was as expected. It was same day-to-day operation in the office with me taking on additional responsibilities. My site supervisor and I did not discuss expectations as a coordinator for the summer programs, but since it is at the same office, I assumed that the expectations were the same as my daily job. Being in an admissions office, we're very service-oriented. Throughout the programs, it was also critical for me to be productive, flexible, and resourceful. Strong work ethics and communication skills were of great importance to the success of the programs as well. Through this practicum, I was able to fulfill all the goals listed on my practicum contract and more. I gained valuable experience in event planning, project management, data analytics, and mentoring. More importantly, I participated in an early outreach program, which is very helpful in my future admissions practice and building connections with a younger audience. Since it is a 12-week practicum, I see the challenge of long-term goals becoming more of a discussion instead of actions. The practicum is a required course for the Master of Education in Higher and Post-Secondary Education program by Mary Lou Fulton Teachers College at ASU. So far, I have completed 6 out of the 10 courses required for the program, including Intro to Higher Ed, Higher Education Finance and Budgeting, Leadership in Higher Education, Law of Higher Education, Student Development Theory, and Intro to Analytics and Big Data in Higher Ed. Upon completion of the program, I'll have 1 elective class and capstone courses remaining to complete the degree. According to the course syllabus, the purpose of the practicum is to apply theoretical and practical information presented through the coursework in the degree programs in a real higher education setting. In my practicum and daily work experience, I have witnessed the connections between the theories learned and actual practice in higher education. Interestingly, the bi-weekly journals for the practicum reminded me of the first reading I did for the Student Development Theory class about one way or another, all student affairs professionals have their own informal theories. And if we dig deeper into it, these informal theories are potentially based on formal theories and our own experience. Based on the content and responsibility of the practicum, connections to some subjects are more obvious than the others. For example, how the activities in the 2 different programs are designed and its connection to student development theories, particularly the development instruction model. Based on the 4 variables included in the model, structure, diversity, experiential learning, and personalism, the programs created learning activities and environments that connect with and support the students' cognitive development process. There is also demonstrations of different styles of leadership through the programs. On one hand, it is the interaction between mentors and the scholars. It was interesting to see the mentors' different leadership styles, like situational leaders, transformational leaders, and goal-oriented leaders. On the other hand, it is the relationship between me and my on-site supervisor. Although no formal discussion on expectations or long-term career goals, many aspects were assumed and the evaluations were provided informally. Due to the content of the practicum, budgeting and law in higher education information were not used as much, but it is clearly embedded in our everyday practice. Like scholars and their guardians were required to sign waivers, so our office is protected legally. There was also issues with the BSI program fees as we moved a few flasher candidates for the free program to BSI, which is a paid program. We ended up waiving some fees, which represented the importance of budgeting. Similarly, the connection of practicum experience and the core competencies required for the MED program varies because of the tasks. Some relationships are more subtle, but were definitely considered when the summer programs were designed, like the mission and value, stakeholders, ethics of higher education, etc. For example, tracing the background and development of the summer programs, it is related to the mission and values of higher education. In recent years, there has been a lot of focus on service provided in higher education and how institutions should be managed like business corporations. However, reflecting on my interaction with these bright young people, it reminds me that we're not just providing a program or a degree, we are supporting them for their dreams and future. Some other connections were more practical. The class profiles and surveys provided information on our recruitment practice and validated the importance of action-based inquiry methods. Although it is not big data, it is still a good indication of data-driven decision-making process and problem-solving in higher education. For example, one of the colleagues have been paying regular visits to a particular high school during the school year and held an info session promoting the summer programs there. We witnessed a tremendous growth in the numbers of applications of both the summer programs and the business school in general from that high school. Based on the information, we have been discussing the possibility of expanding this practice to other high schools we work closely with. Clearly, communication and collaboration skills, as well as flexibility and innovation, are critical into this practice in higher education, and we should always engage in self-reflection personally and as a team to keep improving. At the end of the practicum, my supervisor and I discussed the future projects that are related to the summer programs. Mr. Fleischer is interested in expanding the Fleischer Scholars Program both vertically and horizontally. To start with, he would like to increase the sessions of Fleischer from 2 to 4 each summer, hosting approximately 100 students each year. Another idea is to move on from college awareness to college preparedness, which could potentially be an idea for my applied project for the degree program. It will be an analytics project. The first step is to examine the relationship between a student's success in math classes and their success at the business school. If there's a strong relationship, we can use the math class students taking in high school, both the levels of the classes and the student's math grade, to predict their success in college math and then their success at the business school. If there's a strong relationship, we can explore the opportunity of setting up a math boot camp for Fleischer scholars graduating from high school during the summer between high school and college to get a head start in college math. Again, it goes back to Mr. Fleischer's original idea of supporting underprivileged students to attend and be successful in college. In addition, we deliberated the possibility of expanding BSI from a nationwide program to worldwide, bringing more diversity into the summer programs. Thank you for your time. Any comments or questions, please feel free to contact me.